Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Review. We're continuing our re-review of some of my favorite beers that I did when I first got into reviewing beers several years ago. This is Left Hand's Milk Stout, and this is a 6% beer. IBUs on this is 25. I do think they date their stuff now, but I don't see anything on the label. We will check the bottle when I come back. It's probably got something written in black on the bottle that I cannot see right now. So I thought they did, so we'll double check it when we come back. It says enjoy at 50 to 55 degrees in a pub glass. I could real easily put this into the pint glass, but the darker beers and even some of the IPAs I'll even pour in the double glass just to enhance those aromas just a little bit. But I don't see anything written on the label, which is disappointing. I wish they would go ahead and step up to the plate and print that on the label. And this is a different label than the one that I did back in 2011. I think this is Beer Review 173, I think is what it was. But it was done in January of 2011. So here we are in July of 2014. I figured I'd re-review this one because this is another one of my favorites, guys. And a lot of the beers that I've done, my palate has changed a little bit, and some of them I like a little more, some of them I like a little less. Some of them, when I first got into beer reviews, were a little heavy to me, especially some of the bigger IPAs, and some of the stouts were just a little too heavy for my palate. And this one wasn't one of those, but it is one of my favorites because it's only 6% and it's very easy drinking. And it's not like you're drinking a 11 or 12 or 15% stout with this. And being called a milk stout, that means they brewed it with lactose. And what that is, when you use lactose in the brewing process, the yeast can eat that as sugar. So it keeps the beer sweet instead of drying out the beer and the yeast being able. If you pour sugar in there or any other fermentables, the yeast eats all that up, and a lot of times it'll dry the beer out, and it won't be quite as sweet. And when you want to keep the beer sweet, especially into a milk stout, you put that, or a stout, you put that lactose in it, and it remains sweet because the yeast can't heat it up. Commercial description on this, it says this English style of beer, also known as a sweet stout or a cream stout, first appeared in London in the late 1800s. So this style has been around for quite a while. The early brewers touted the health benefits of the milk sugar in this beer, which today relates mainly to the increased amount of calories. So it makes you fat like me. No real health benefits, sorry. The milk sugar adds a well-rounded sweetness to this dark beer and makes it an outstanding year-round stout. And like I said, the last time I reviewed this, it was blue cold outside, about 20 degrees, the wind was blowing about 40 miles an hour, and today it was rather hot out there. And it's rather cool in here now. I had the air conditioner running, and as a matter of fact, I turned that jet engine off so you could hear me in here. It's about 75 in here now, so rather comfortable. I did tell you the calories on this beer is 180. I usually don't tell you that information, but since it's a milk stout, I thought I'd pass that on to you. And like I said, IBUs are 25 on this. The food pairings for this style of beer, the only thing that it says General Chocolate Dessert. It is a stout. It goes well with your chocolate dishes. If you're having chocolate cake or some brownies or something chocolatey, most of your stouts will go with this, especially a milk stout. I mean, it's going to have some chocolate-esque notes to this beer. The glassware is a pint, becker, nonic, tumbler, mug, stein, Seidel. I chose the double glass. I want to enhance that aroma just a little bit, so I chose this glass. Not recommended for extended cellaring because it is a low ABV beer. It is a 6%er. So it's going to keep for a while, and I don't know of anything that's going to be detrimental like the hops fading or anything like that, but it's a lower ABV beer. You wouldn't want to sell this one for 5 or 10 years. The ABV is just too low for that. So let's get the cap off of it and get it in the glass. I'm hankering for some milk stout. Nice hiss on this bottle. Big hiss. Psst. Into the glass we go. Still not seeing anything on the bottle, so we'll look again when I come back. Very dark. Over into the light, there is none. It is pitch black, guys, like a stout should be. Looks very good. Semi-aggressive pour. We got about a half a finger of head. Very nice looking beer in the glass. Let's get a nose on this one. Oh yeah. Bittersweet chocolate, maybe a hint of some coffee and some dark fruit, dates, raisin, figs, plums. A definite sweetness to it from the lactose that they used in the brewing process. Nice roasted malt in there. Smells very delicious. Let's give it a taste, see what we think. Cheers. Oh yeah, very pleasant. I have had the nitro edition of this before on tap, and it is most excellent. The nitro edition gives it a lot more creamier mouthfeel than what this regular bottle does. Baker's bittersweet chocolate, coffee, and with the bittersweet chocolate, the lactose balances that out. It keeps that sweetness in there to match that bittersweet chocolate taste. So easy to drink. Very, very sessionable. If you're into the stouts and you haven't had this one, now remember this is not one of those that's going to blow your head off, or it's not bourbon barrel aged or anything like that. It's very sessionable, very easy to drink, very low ABV at 6%. But it has such a nice mouthfeel. Not overly sweet, not overly bitter. A perfectly balanced milk stout. Very tasty, guys. And I have drank this with my dinner off the grill, chicken, steaks. Usually I finish up the final beer of the evening with a porter or a stout, a darker beer. And that's usually about the time that I'm having dinner, because we usually eat fairly late here, between 8 and 9 o'clock. Time I get all my stuff done at work and get here and sip on a beer or two, or review a beer or two, and have a cigar, or share a cigar, I should say, along with sharing some of the review beers with her. It gives us time to wind down before dinner time. So, with that being said, let's let it warm up just a little bit, because it's going to get a little bit better as it comes up to room temperature. It's 40 degrees right out of the fridge, and see where it ends up, and see if I still think the same thing I did when I reviewed it back in 2011. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. This is a very tasty stout. Very tasty milk stout. Nice creamy mouthfeel. Bittersweet chocolate. The lactose sweetens that up just a little bit. A hint of coffee and some dark fruit. Wow. Very tasty, very awesome. That's why I keep it in the fridge a lot of the times. It hasn't changed a whole lot since I first reviewed it. The label's a little different now, but still a very tasty, sessionable, if you will, milk stout. Final chug. Yum, 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 yum. Awesome beer, guys. It's very, very tasty. I like drinking this, like I said. The only one like this that I've had, I find just a tad better, is the nitro version of this, which gives it a little bit more creamier mouthfeel. So, very tasty, guys. If you've had a chance to pick this up and you're into the stouts, this is a tasty beer. 9 out of 10 for me, guys, on this one. And I told you I was going to look again, so let me look and see if I see any kind of dating on here. I am not seeing it. That's a little disappointing. Of course, it's not that critical in this style, but I thought for sure that they dated their stuff now. But I do not see it. Oh, yes I do. It's written in yellow on the front of the bottle here. It is so faint, I cannot even see it hardly. Best by 072614. So it is so faint in yellow on the front of the bottle. Unless I hold it with a light on the back side, I can't ever see it doing that. But here on the tablet, I can see the Best By date on it. So very hard to see, but it's there. So 9 out of 10 for me, guys. And this one just made it in on the wire. 072614, and we are into July already, so it's at the end of its shelf life. Still got a couple of weeks to go before 26. That's a matter of fact, that's the day I'm leaving on the trip. So let's see what everybody else thinks about this beer. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and they say 89 in a very good range. If I was to put a numeric rating on this, it would probably be between 96 and 97, somewhere in that area, 95, 96, 97. I think it's that good. It's very tasty, very easy drinking, very sessionable, nice sweetness, nice creamy mouthfeel, the chocolate, a little bit of nuttiness in there, if you will, some dark fruit, maybe a hint of vanilla. It's got it going on. It's a very tasty beer. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 96 overall and 96 in the style. That's exactly where I would put it, like I said, between 95 and 97. Very tasty beer, guys. So if you've had this one, let me know what you think of it, and let's take that walk tomorrow and see what's in the fridge. See you then.